welcome back to Thronebreaker, and we're still in anger. Yay. And at least we have a shrine on this side, because remember, there's three shrines. Like, literally. Placement of both of them doesn't make sense. Because honestly, there weren't that many fights. The only negative thing that happened was the druid. So yeah. On that note, we have apparently 2 fights ahead of us. Question marks. And progress. I mean, this is probably all one day, right? Might take 2, maybe 3 to finish.
The Lyrians marched in silence, too tired to keep in step with the drums. Suddenly, the wind rose to a howl, and there was a loud crash of thunder.
Blast!
Neve leapt from her saddle.
We camp here! Pitch the tents, quickly! Quickly!
As the soldiers rushed to unload the wagons, a wall of water came down, soaking them to the bone. Later, they sat in their leaky tents, huddled, teeth chattering, violent coughs rocking their frames. The storm raged the night through, then finally passed before dawn. Neve emerged from her tent to wring out her coat. Reynard approached, his gait heavy, his face grim.
Your Majesty, several men of the 11th, a dozen or so, sought to flee last night. Sentries stopped and bound them. Now they await your judgment.
Oh, wait. Why are you guys trying to... Oh no, it rained on us. We were in a swamp. We've been in a swamp for days, guys. And just now you're like, oh, we don't like it. Like seriously, we've been in the swamp for days.
Neve fastened her still wet coat. She knew well why the men had tried to desert. They longed for their kin, had lost sight of victory, perhaps even no longer believed. Yet the marching and fighting seemed destined to go on forever. The Queen sympathized. She too was spent, and many doubts plagued her. Yet she knew the deserters had to be punished. The question was, to what extent? Neve entered the tent where the prisoners stood. Some of the men looked away, ashamed at their deed. Others raised their gazes to meet hers, their eyes red, tearful, pleading.
Could hang out with our deserter, but I'm pretty sure that's going to piss everyone off. I'm pretty sure that also that there's no situation here that's going to end up with everyone being happy, so let's go for the lesser.
You all know the penalty for desertion.
Neve said to the soldiers bound at wrist and foot.
I ought to have every last one of you hanged. Yet, we've come far along a treacherous road. Endured hardships extreme. This I considered against your crime. You shall lose rank and receive no pay for 1 year. Now get out of my sight. Immediately!
The deserters mumbled their gratitude and rushed out of the tent, fearing the Queen might yet change her mind. Neve then left for her quarters, anger and bitterness eating her up from the inside.
Yeah, thing is, yeah, they're happy they're alive, but at the same time, that doesn't exactly teach them not to desert because, oh well, now we're not even getting paid for doing this war. Well, what are we supposed to do now? That kind of did piss everyone off.
Gods, have we passed the very threshold into hell?
Close ranks. None is to step off the path without clear orders to do so.
You guys are getting too complaining. You've already done this already. Does that look like loot? But it isn't. That makes me sad. Gotta go down on this little bridge. Congratulations, that's not good. Anyway. Standard battle. Standard battle. You go 30 horse crow. So no evidence but source. Queen drew her sword and battered away the mosquitoes that smote her face. Only then could you see the creatures that fled from the pond. Oh no, it's a water hag. I like how that's what's called. Her yellow fine strip of saliva, her tongue writhed like a snake. Eek. Anyway. Now I'm coughing. Now it came. So, standard battle. How do we want to play this? You might be useful. Well, we have things with orders. So maybe we should have read it. Do we get pikemen? Do we get pikemen? There's the pikeman. Not our best stack, but whatever. But it should do. Everyone's now went. So, play pikemen?
Paid late. Again.
What do we get?
I smell a leak.
Get used to this. Next.
Quiet, or the commissar will hear.
So we replaced our footman with footman. So next time we can replace our footman with something else. No. Just oh hey, the bat thing. Wait, no? It's like it looked like it had the cooldown order thing. But now it doesn't have it at all. That's completely useless. Isn't that great? Oh, but it can have an order. We ever entered. But I'm still questioning what to play. I mean, what do I want to play? If we could play those, and then no, they'll go cards. Need bronze cards. But if you think about it, we could play a slinger, right? And copy the slinger. So that way we can boost Gascon constantly. Yeah, that might work. Some of those we'd have to... oh yeah. play a card. Well, technically, we could play Render this turn. No, but yes, but no, but yes, but no. I'm gonna not have enough cards for the next round, am I?
We must trust each other.
Sword power.
As you wish, milady.
Yeah, just so I can add it to my deck. Yeah, because here's the thing, I thought that Dimp was gonna be like, you know, ultra useful because, woo, it can copy units. It's great. But it adds them to your deck, which is less useful. Unless you have like cards that can draw them directly from your deck. Which you might have. But anyway, yeah, we spent probably too many cards, honestly. But hopefully we get those ones back now. Anyway. You know, I like how we added them to the deck, right? We totally added them to the deck, yet we get bombers. Pretty sure I copied the slingers. Pretty sure the game's not giving me them. Okay, that Dimp is actually becoming less useful.
To the last!
Yep. That seemed like a lot. But no. Keep spawning. I mean,
We'll catch 'em all!
it's gonna die. You mark the others. But by the way, they're all dead.
Yeah!
Placing the cavalry in the back row while you're suffering from that. I don't know. Are they marked? I'm not sure if they're marked any. Well, that's awkward. Well, let's see, can we go? I'm just to understand. It's like, by the way, you make copies of those slingers. You're not going to have them back.
You mad? Don't shake that!
That's like, we're going to place you. I don't need you to shoot anything.
One vote I need.
All the votes oh, I just had a feeling what I was going to do. They always seem to target my armature for some reason. I don't really know what to play. So just throw a gas on there.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull. Mahjong.
Yeah, those good enough to do. Oh well, I believe you. All they're doing now is focus. Yeah, remember when we finally discovered what blood is? Now is the time. Oh yeah, we have all these resources that hell I know what to spend them on. Yeah, I guess I can feel that now. We surpassed. We'll up enough resources that it hopefully shouldn't matter if we spend them. Oh, so I have something new. Oh, Forger Plus. Oh yeah, because we just upgrade the thing. Destroy 2 units if they were destroy 2 cards. If they were units boosted up by the combined power of was an artifact boosted up by current power instead. So basically if it was an well, I was gonna say artifact, I mean like that's a trophy. That's a trinket. Could that be an artifact? I don't know. I didn't realize you could destroy those. Anyway. Wait. Do we do both of them? Turn units power equal to the unit left. Yeah. Okay. I need to work at things. Confused myself. Okay, so apparently we didn't have stray infiltrators as able to produce more till now. I was gonna say, why are my strays highlighted? So what is the benefit of having better infiltrators? After 2 turns on turn start, boost this unit by the combined power of adjacent units. Power of adjacent units. So basically, instead of just the one on the right, it boosts itself by like this one and this one. So that could be useful. And I was gonna say what? Like all the alchemist plus gets is like more health and zeal. I was like, what the hell does zeal do? I don't understand. What's Horse Thief do? Marking it as Thief turns on turn start. Switches power this year. Could be useful, could not be useful. Depends what you switch it with. Majesty, the tombs. People inside, judged by the colors, no cards, I'd say. Must have been reduced to skin and health, body set dry. If they're in the tower for a period, therefore should we do as a survivors. Either way, perhaps that one on. So we could free them and add them to a force, which no one really wants. We could disentangle them, but leave them paid to die, which still no one really wants, but we get loot. I guess we're just gonna leave them because I don't see a reason to just offer our soldiers. I mean, I could go back and get the shrine, but still. No, just some neckers. That doesn't look like a dwarves yet. But now it's good. Shrug. The fog grew thicker, very past moment. To the point me couldn't see the tip of her own sword. This is no ordinary fog, just thought, strained eyes. The screams of slaughtered men at the forum gone quickly, confirmed her fears. So, foglets, probably. Well, if it's standard battle, that could be useful. Double cavalry, not tailbone. Gascon and slaying, not tailbone. Can we get our pike command? Pike command, pike command. We got... I don't think we get pike command. Nope. Game... We've gotten too many units. The game doesn't know how to cycle to the pikemen anymore. It's just sad. So the thing is, we only really want to play one of our cavalry units in the first round, because if we play both, then we don't have cavalry for the second round.
For the Queen!
Again and again and again.
That is the weakest Lesher I've ever seen. Like seriously, remember back in Witcher 3, where it's like a Lesher, where it's like one of the monsters were L cards, or hero cards. You know, it's like a 10 or so. Like a Lesher. Leshers aren't that hard, honestly, but still. It should be more than a 12, it's probably like 4 or 5. But still, it should be like at least a 10. Not that. Flying Pinnacle Frog to all enemy foes. Then spawn a wolf. Okay. That's the thing. I mean... Can I get pikemen?
You mad? Don't shake that!
Nope. Can't get pikemen.
Everything all right?
So they want me to play a card now. How do I know what to play? I don't know what to play. basket. Come on, pikemen.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Now we got 4 of them against the road. Oh well. But still, now I'm gonna pass. Still pass. Let's see if they actually pass. Nope, they passed. I mean, if they were smart, they would have went all in, but... Of course, the problem with slingers, though, is you need 6 cards on the outside that you want to throw around your own cards. I mean, I guess we could play the
God save the Queen!
Tell me you jest.
For Rivia!
Well, because we didn't play that card because it was full, we actually got another one. That's not terrible, honestly. What to do about it? Well, now that the dead. No, I was expecting it to apply, you know. I guess it's spawned a base copy, then that's why I didn't play that. I don't know if they have my cow thing. I'm not sure if I can get the benefit from copying. I mean, from the lawyer thing.
Ha!
Nope, I can't. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, shit.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. The first annoying thing is they don't give your unit back. Sorry, cavalry.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
last go. And no more. And he's dead. And low resources. Oh well. Come on. I was gonna say, that seems important. It has been very that long yet. But yet it has been pretty long. So we start now. Damn, it's gonna take. Still gonna take a while to get through all of this, isn't it? Bothers me that there's nothing really over there. Well, there's a house. It's probably in something important though. Yeah, screw it, we'll just roll with it.
While accustomed to life mid swamp monsters and black magic, Angren's denizens never dared enter Isgith. The Lyrians only once saw signs of a human presence there, when they spotted a group of thatched roof huts amongst alders.
That settlement, is it inhabited?
Meve asked, turning to her scouts.
Impossible to say from this distance, Your Grace.
The Lyrians entered the village, swords in hand, prepared to fight. But not a soul nor a beast came forth. Some homes had collapsed from rot, while tall grass concealed the paths between them. Yet, someone had been there not long past, for fresh ghoul cadavers lay by the well. Meve knelt beside the corpse of one cut clear in half.
Are we gonna find
The beast's killer had been exceptionally strong, and wielded a razor-sharp sword.
Oh my god, we're gonna find him?
More are likely to come around.
Meve leapt to her feet. A man in thick leather armor had emerged from one of the huts. Transfixed by his cat eyes, the Queen nonetheless sensed he was rather badly hurt.
Were that true, my scouts would have blown their horns.
The man pulled out a pendant shaped like a bear's head. It hummed and twitched as if striving to free itself of its chain.
A bear's head. I was gonna say it looked sort of like a cat's head, but yeah, I guess it could be a bear's head. I mean, I do like, well, I do sort of like the Gale from the bear school, but we found ourselves a witch.
Far as monsters go,
He said, lips curling into an unpleasant smile.
witchers aren't usually wrong.
A moment later, a scream pierced the air. Quickly, instinctively, Meve drew her sword and lunged forth.
So, are we going to be raided by a witcher? The witchers are severely wounded through far faster than their soldiers. Silver swords never idle, slicing tendons and arteries, finding cracks in the kitchen's armor. Eve watched on in wonderment, at least until the cruel hound behind her reminded Queen that she too must fight. Now, are we finally fighting those things? If they made a big deal about them at the very start of this swamp, but we haven't really fought any of them. Yay, pikemen. Cavalry. Wagon. I forgot what if there was a single round. Probably is a single round. So I don't know. Yeah, that's fine.
They approach! Seems you were right.
So the question though is, can we copy from that? But yeah, we gained Eyeful of Bellhead. Every turn start, damage random bronze enemy by half of Eyefull's power. That sorry, damage destroyed instead. That's pretty good, honestly. So, I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
Fuck, our ass is moving.
But we'll play it anyway. So every 3 turns, a turn starts 5 base copy of a random armor unit. If it dies, destroy 3 random armor units that play the unit. Seared from the graveyard. Which means it's gonna constantly keep spawning, but at least you'll murder everything else, which is pretty good. So Ivor's just basically going to murder things. Good for him. I mean, if he wants to murder things, he can murder things. Hopefully he doesn't murder our spy. Play our first man.
Have it the weight of an eye from half a league away.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
You're not supposed to hit the infiltrator.
I'm coming.
Where's the pikeman? And no prediction.
I feel a strong magic here, my lady. Something controls these creatures.
Well, that's... Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, they are different than what we've been fighting, technically. Split this unit's base power and it's a boost between all allies. And if they die, it repeats the deploy out ability. And them, damage all enemies. Dies, damage all enemies. That's pretty... That's questionable how we're gonna win this fight. Where's the cavalry?
Yeah!
So I wanna play that before we, you know, use our ability, but still. One. I promise if I murder it, it's gonna, yeah. I have to play this one just because I'm constantly dying now. That was a whole place, so I can't
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Mahjong.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
We could lose because
water is the poison.
Maybe we could save the bear. Well, they passed, but yeah. Save.
This could hurt.
I just don't want to play it just cause. Cause I might murder that one. And then it's gonna buff them and yeah, let's not.
That'd be the last of them. Should be quiet for a bit.
So here I was expecting to get Geralt. Instead we got an Ivo. But the question is, do we get to keep the Ivo? Or is he just going to move on after this? Because keeping the Ivo would make me happy. Because, yeah. We didn't get the Ivo. We got a magical barrier, though. Somehow we can use a magical barrier. We can use Quinn. How that works, I don't know, but oh well.
The Lyrians emerged victorious, due in no small part to the Witcher.
Thanks for the help. Name's Ivo, Witcher, School of the Bear.
So, a godless mutant.
Ike, please don't.
Ake, I shall do the talking.
Ike, no. No, I know you're a paladin and everything, but no. Witchers are good folk.
Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Well, well. Didn't expect to see anyone out here. And certainly not a queen with an army in tow.
We're not here by choice.
And yeah, his armor definitely does look a bit Belskorish. I forget which tail. They're tail 1 or 2, I think.
I bet not. No one plans to pass through Isgith.
And you? What's brought you here? A contract, perchance?
That's right. Hunting a monster.
I know your services to be rather dear. Who could afford a witcher's bounty in these wretched swamps?
Well, here's the thing, Meve. Sometimes witchers end up with contracts for that only give them like 25 gold. But given the fact of how would these peasants even have 25 gold to spare is also another question.
Nilfgaardians.
Blast, of course. Preparing the land for settlement. Cull the monsters, drain the swamp, then bring in slaves. Doubtless from the north.
Maybe. I got paid in advance. I didn't see the need to ask any questions.
I was going to say Geralt asks all the questions. It sort of helps him figure out why he's hunting.
But did you have to take the coin? Don't you see what they're doing?
Yeah, we're going to make this whole statement about how Nilfgaard's bad again.
Forgive me, your majesty, but seems to me you're confusing witchers with knights errant.
Yeah, remember, witchers are neutral.
We don't fight oppression, right wrongs, or avenge orphans. We slay monsters for coin. And it don't matter whose head's on the front or whose coffers it's from.
Witchers murder monsters. It's sort of what they do.
As I said, your majesty, selfish mercenaries devoid of emotion. No empathy, no justice, no code. Interested only in gold.
I'm pretty sure they do have a code, but...
Downright evil to demand pay for the work you do.
Anyway.
This beast you're out to slay, what is it?
Hang on. You mean to tell me you've led your force into Isgith and don't even know what lives here?
I believe I was clear. We're not here by choice.
Yeah, but now that you are here, it'll take a minor miracle to get you out. Isgith swamps, realm of a truly dangerous being. Elves call it Gwent Icair, the Bloody Mistress. Over generations, locals twisted the name until it became Gwent.
You've heard about that.
Indeed.
We offered a sacrifice.
I've heard it.
So you've also probably seen her beloved fruit, leeches and ticks.
I mean, it's all over the bloody place.
You'd all be wise to stay away from them.
This Gwent, what is she exactly?
Depends who you ask. Elves saw a fallen goddess in her. Never managed to cut her down while they lived here, but they did stem her growth, kept her from growing stronger. As for the local humans, spirit of a cursed princess, that's their take. Deep belief, actually.
Care to elaborate?
Stories that she was riding north to marry a Temerian duke. Whole retinue and caravan got lost, wagons got stuck, everybody drowned in the bog. Quicksand got him, that sort of thing. Gwent grabbed a root before the quagmire swallowed her whole. Hollered for hours, but there wasn't a soul around to hear her. Leeches, hundreds covered her, settled in for a royal feast, sucked her dry, drained her to pretty much the last drop. Fear and revulsion so completely overcame her spirit, she couldn't pass into the afterlife. So she came back, revived by Isgith's magic.
Ugh. A chilling tale.
Yeah, except made up, probably. Don't believe the elven legends either. Gwent is a monster, plain and simple. Extremely dangerous, sure, but just a monster.
Legends oft contain a grain of truth, Your Grace. Particularly those that end in tragedy.
So...
The leeches and ticks. You called them her fruit.
It's kind of complicated.
We've time enough.
Well, we've been standing here for a while.
Gwent is a little like a vampire. They're kindred creatures. Except, instead of feasting on the blood of others, she feeds them her own.
I'm not certain I understand.
They're parasites, right? She puts them on her body, feeds them her own blood, then hangs them on shrubs and trees.
Ugh, to what end?
To other monsters, they're delicacies. Sweet, juicy, full of Gwent's blood. Irresistible. Any beast that tastes that loses its mind. Turns into Gwent's slave.
So basically, monsters eat the things, become more stronger.
So, if your paths cross and push comes to shove, she's not gonna be alone. Find yourself fighting the whole damn swamp.
How are we to fight her? How might she be killed?
Sorry, sharing secrets. Just not something we do.
Not even with those who saved your life just moments past?
We gotta wait till she starts feeding the parasites. She's weakest then. Stand a chance to hurt her.
Right. So we attack only once she puts the leeches to her skin.
This is probably important.
Yeah. And when you kill her, if you kill her, any beasts under her spell will weaken considerably.
That's probably
and then,
important.
You gotta burn her corpse. I mean it, understand? Burn it.
And you? Will you not hunt her any longer?
No, I will. Just need to prepare. Realized that today. Gotta brew some potions, blade oils. Come back in a few days.
Makes sense.
I don't even have that much time. Nilfgaard's hordes pursue us. I must march on.
In that case, wish you luck. Lots of it.
I suppose there's no argument that would persuade you to ride with us.
Your Grace, mutations strip us of emotion, not reason.
Let him go. He'll not be missed, Your Majesty. He and his ilk, they're simply not to be trusted.
Like...
The Witcher vanished midst the trees, and Meve simply hoped her soldiers had not overheard any part of their conversation.
Now then, the problem though is that single thing took way too long to go through that dialogue, so we're after in this video here. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all. Have a nice day.